Hey guys, so the PS5 Pro just got announced and I'm really excited to talk about it because honestly, the PS5 just really isn't cutting anymore, you know? Honestly, the only boxes that Sony needs to tick in order to make this a really great console for me is include a vertical stand, you know, like they included with this one. And this thing was about, what, $500 at launch, about $400 at launch. And it comes with a disc drive. It comes with a disc drive. So, you know, at the very least, the PS5 Pro should come with those two things. Right? So let's go ahead and take a look at it, guys.
Vertical stand sold separately.
Well, you know, that looks like the slim model without the disc drive. You know, I'm sure there's two models, just like the normal slim PS5. If the vertical stand is sold separately, you know, and I'm sure this version without the disc drive will be cheaper. $700? Are you fucking serious? So I'm sorry if that intro is a little bit cringy, but you know, I am just perplexed at why Sony has decided to release this thing. I genuinely have no idea. One, we don't really need a PS5 Pro. But yeah, as you can see, it doesn't include the disc drive. That's sold separately. The fucking vertical stand, a piece of plastic, is sold separately. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but you know, you guys included it in the first one. Could it really kill you to put the piece of plastic in the second one? And it's $700. $700. What? What the fuck? Why? Who the fuck is buying this? That's almost $1,000. At that point, why don't you just spend the extra $200-300 and get a computer? Something that you're not gonna have to upgrade in 8 years. It's not that it's crazy. So something I just have to look up to confirm because I don't want to just like spray bullshit out of my ass. The PS4 when it launched was $400. Can you guess how much the PS4 Pro was? It was $400. So it was the same exact price as the normal PS4 because, you know, the time in between the PS4 launching and the PS4 Pro launching, you know, it gives a little bit of buffer space for the original PS4 to lose a lot of value, meaning that this mid-generation upgrade would be worth it. But, you know, you probably wouldn't want to spend more, or at least that much more.
What's even crazier is that the PS4 Slim, when it came out, was almost $100 cheaper than the base PS4 when it came out.
On top of the fact that they're getting to restrict you from purchasing physical media, the PS5 Pro doesn't even ship with a disc drive. You have to buy it separately. It's insane. But this thing is $300 more than the launch PS5. It doesn't make any sense at all. A couple, you know, maybe $100 more I would kind of understand. But dude, you're telling me that this thing is still worth $500? You're telling me that the PS5 is still worth $500 almost, what, 5 years after its launch? How? How does that even make sense? And looking at the things that they announced, they didn't show any new games at all running on it. So, you know, you're going to be able to play the games that you've played previously, I guess, better in the, you know, performance mode. And something that I will give them, the fidelity mode, if you're unfamiliar with the PS5 or just newer consoles, I believe it's on the Xbox as well. Similar with the DLSS options for PC, you can run in performance and fidelity mode, meaning that, you know, are you going to want a better looking picture or are you going to want the game to perform better? You know, hitting 60 FPS, higher FPS rates, all that. But the caveat of the base PS5 right now is that when you hit fidelity mode, 60 FPS is not targeted and it's usually locked down to 30 to make it a more smooth experience. So when you go the performance route to get the 60 FPS, the image quality looks a little bit different. Honestly, I can't really tell, but if you're, you know, if you're an image freak and you really care about that and you're playing on your giant 4K TV, I'm sure you can kind of see the difference. Now, did you know that I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from about 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. PST? Now, if that is a little bit too late for you, I understand a lot of you on the East Coast don't want to be watching my streams at 1 in the morning. You know, I upload highlights, so here's one of those. Ah! Who made this game? Who made this? Why? Fuck! Oh, what? No! It's just you, Fitzo. Come on. How is that even allowed? But with the PS5 Pro, you're going to be able to mesh the two essentially and have the fidelity that you get from the fidelity mode in the PS5 and also getting a higher 60 FPS while playing your games. And so you think that, you know, Sony would give us the best comparison to see the difference between these two and justify us spending $700 on a new console. And what they showed us was this.
There's a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5.
Sharper and crisper than...
Can you see the difference? I don't know if the YouTube compression is maybe fucking up the picture a little bit, but what, you can see letters on a building that's 1,000 feet in the background? Is that really what you're gonna pay $700 for? That's what matters to you? It's crazy. It's insane. The one on the left doesn't look bad, especially for a console that's 5 years old. Why would you pay $700 for it to look slightly better? This isn't a drastic increase. I don't know, maybe if they introduce some 3D eye fucking technology where, you know, it literally grabs your eyeballs and you feel like you have the PSVR 2 headset, which, by the way, they're just like slowly killing. You know, Sony has a real habit of just killing off these products, but, you know, PS Vita, and it's just insane to me. But, you know, let's go ahead and take a look at the other examples they give us. And so, you know, Mark Cerny decides to show us the parade scene from Ratchet and Clank, what is it, Rift Apart. Another one of the examples that Sony has decided to give us in order to justify us paying $700. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
This, my favorite, is the parade scene from Ratchet and Clank. Distant details are much clearer.
Keyword, distant details are much clearer. No, they're not. They look almost identical. I mean, you know, maybe the colors pop slightly more, but I really don't care if I can see the wrinkles inside someone's asshole who's sitting in the stands in Ratchet and Clank. You know, I'd want the entire picture to look better, but so far, looking at the side-by-side of it just regularly, you know, without looking all the way in the background, if you look at the picture, right, by itself with no zoom in, okay, you can't tell a difference. Show me the difference between these pictures other than maybe the contrast is turned up on the PS5 Pro. There's no difference. And this isn't me hating. You saw that I have a PS5. I like Sony. I like the PlayStation. I've always had a PlayStation over the Xbox. Not that I'm going to get into that debate because, you know, obviously the PC is better, but I understand why people get consoles. And why would anyone get this console? Why the fuck would you get this? This is a waste of money, especially coming out, one, after the PlayStation Portal, a disgusting device, a spit in the face of the PS Vita, a beautiful, beautiful device that still to this day surprises me with its technical features that came out way back when. An OLED screen, you know, for that price point back then, insane. But, you know, they decided to kill that and go for, you know, the PS4 Pro models and everything else, and wanting this mid-gen refresh of all their consoles. And to end it all, they decided to show us Spider-Man 2, you know, showing us just how much better this game is going to look on the PS5 Pro. Let's go ahead and take a look.
And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars.
What are you talking about? What the actual fuck are you talking about? I cannot for the life of me see a difference between these two pictures. Maybe, just maybe, the leaf that's 3 pixels wide when you're swinging at 1,000,000 miles an hour through New York as you're playing Spider-Man 2, you know, or using the wingsuit that makes you fly even faster. You know, maybe there'll be a little frame drop and you'll see that one leaf, you know, and you'll go, oh, wow, that's much better. You know, I'm so happy I spent $700 on this. But besides that, there's no difference. You can still see the jagged edges of these polygons due to the anti-aliasing limitations on the PS5 with this zoom in. What are you showing me? This isn't anything. And you're not doing any favors zooming in on this picture either. Again, when you take away the zoom in, these two pictures side by side look exactly the same. And I'm not being nitpicky. When I saw people talking about this, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe you guys are bugging, you know, because I was watching it on my phone. I couldn't really see. I'm watching this on my 4K monitor. I can't tell a difference. I genuinely cannot tell. And even if I could, why would I care if the leaves in Spider-Man look somewhat better when I'm zooming in? What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my God. It's just, it's really pissing me off. Especially with the price increase of the base PS5 itself, turning it to
$550.
Why are you charging
$200
more with the PS5 Pro? This is ridiculous. And it doesn't come with a disc drive. So say goodbye to any physical game media unless you want to fork up another $50. I think it's like $50 for the disc drive. A fucking vertical stand. This is free because it's plastic. You shouldn't be charging money for this. I know that they started charging money on the slim versions of the console for this, but why? Why are you charging money for this? On top of the fact, I also lost the screw that goes to this. So if someone wants to send me the screw, that'd be nice because it slides off my PS5. Anyway, I haven't touched my PS5. Okay, I don't know if you can see how dusty that thing was. You know, the CEO or whatever of PlayStation decided to say, you know, we're just at a lack. We just don't have any. We don't have any IPs that we could possibly make games on, and we need more. What are you talking about? There are so many games that you have touched for years, on top of the fact that they're spitting in your face with this amazing game, Astros, what is it? Astros, Astro Adventure or something. I don't know. It's just an awesome game. I honestly can't wait to play it. Only thing is, though, probably won't be able to play it because I'm not going to upgrade the PS5. I'm waiting for a jailbreak for that because, you know, that's the only way that you're going to allow me to play Bloodborne at 60 FPS. Another thing that you guys could just make a shit ton of money on is that. And you're telling me that you have 0 IPs? What about Jak and Daxter? I mean, for the love of God, Knack. You forgot about that game. You know, Killzone. Did you forget about that? Or Resistance? Have you just forgotten that these games exist? You haven't touched these for years. Go back and maybe, you know, breathe some fresh air into these essentially lost game series. Just basic ass IPs that you guys already have that you refuse to breathe new life into because you'd rather make Concord, I guess. I don't know. That was ridiculous. That was genuinely one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. They had the audacity to go to that Amazon show and ask them to make a whole episode about it. And I don't know if you guys know, but this little thing, the DualSense controller, yeah, that got a $5 price increase and they didn't tell anybody. You know, you might be saying, Archive, are you freaking out over $5? Well, yeah, a little bit, dude, because why are you increasing the price of this shit? I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago, things used to get cheaper as they got older. This is a 5-year-old controller, and, you know, it just got $5 more expensive. Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I'm really sick of Sony's just blatant arrogance to anything that the community wants them to do. Even a handheld. Why don't you guys make a handheld? The Switch is one of the most popular things on planet Earth, okay? And that even spawned the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally, all these other handheld gaming PCs. Just make a Vita 2 or something, please. It's just sad. It's terrible. I was really expecting, you know, especially with how sexy the PS5 looks. You can't tell me that this thing doesn't look sexy, okay? I'm sure you've seen the porn of just the console, okay? Little bit weird. I'm not jacking off to PS5 porn, okay? But what I want is I just want some love for this thing. Give me a reason to turn this thing on, okay? Please give me a reason. Because so far, you've given me Spider-Man. That's it. You've given me Spider-Man, and you're releasing it on the PC, which I'm glad. I really don't think that releasing games on the PC hurts a console's reputation at all. You know, I don't think it's you know, much to ask to feed your own people and also feed people who serve no competition. And especially with all of the excitement around the PS5 Pro, you know, that at least I was hearing. I watch Spawn Wave every single morning. Okay, so for a long time now, I've been hearing about the PS5 Pro and I've been kind of excited, at least to see, because right now I'm recording this on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I have the AirPods Pro too. I like the Pro I have the fucking 4060 Ti. I like the pro versions of devices. I enjoy the technical aspect of seeing how far we can push technology. But with this, you're giving me nothing. I was really excited and you've disappointed me yet again. Especially with the news, you know, before the Portal came out, hearing that you guys were working on a new handheld and you just refused to. Like, it streams PS5 games. Are you fucking serious? And not even on device. You have to link it to your PlayStation. You have to own a PlayStation already. What's the point? I don't get it. And this is in no way me hating the PS5. I know the whole joke is the PS5 has no games, you know. And I mean, that is true. There are very, you know, little exclusive games to the PS5. Not that Xbox has many more, but still. I mean, really, what are you buying a PS5 for other than, you know, do you like Sony, you'd rather not have an Xbox and you don't have enough money for a PC. But at this point, if you're paying for the PS5 Pro to play the same exact games that you've been playing, even showing off PS4 games like The Last of Us 2 on the PS5 Pro, that's what you're going to buy it for? You're going to play PS4 games? It's just ridiculous. It's stupid. Again, the PS4 Pro being the same price as the PS4 at launch makes sense, you know, because this thing has lost value over time. Essentially, Sony's saying that the PS5 has only gone up in value, which makes zero sense. So then why would you be releasing a Pro model of this console? Again, this is in no way me hating PlayStation. I love PlayStation. I prefer it over Xbox. You know, I love this controller. This is hands down the best controller I've ever used. I don't know. Maybe it's for my fucking weird ass hands. Okay. I just like how this feels. I've always liked PlayStation controllers more. I mean, you know, looking at the PS4 controller, this thing, I don't like it as much. I did, but you know, one thing I had a criticism of with the PlayStation controllers is just how small they are. And with this really fixed all of the issues I had. It's a sleek design. It's perfect. I love that it connects to my computer. It's a perfect controller. And somehow you guys are just releasing hardware now that just sucks. You know, I'm at least a little bit excited to see what the internals look like. from people who are going to buy it and tear it down because, no, I'm not fucking buying that. And I also don't understand why the Slim even exists, to be honest. I'll give you that. This thing is kind of fucking huge, okay? Look at this thing. It's huge, but I don't mind it. I didn't even mind how big the PS3 was, the Spider-Man text PS3 was. I think it was cool as fuck. You could like boot Linux on it. It was sick. So I love putting Linux on all of my devices, and it's not a joke. I think it's very fun. I haven't done it on the PS4 yet just because, yeah, but I did it on my Switch. I even put Android on the Switch, and I don't know. I really wish that Sony would, I mean, there's not even a new controller with this. Not that they did that with the PS4 Pro, but like something, dude. Fuck, I mean, all you did was put racing stripes on the side. I want a reason to believe in PlayStation. You know, like there's nothing. You know, Spider-Man 2, amazing game. I loved that game. It was amazing. Okay, amazing Spider-Man 2. But I mean, like, that's it. That's all you guys have to offer. The thing that I want to talk about is PlayStation Plus. Now, you know me, I pirate everything. I love owning my stuff. You know, I hate these subscription things, but yeah, you know, you might find me a hypocrite because I love Game Pass. I love being able to play games that I'm only going to play, you know, for maybe a couple days and only pay $20 a month to be able to access all these things. So subscription services, at least for me, I don't agree with the model. I would much rather have, you know, actual ownership, even though, you know, when you buy a game digitally, you don't own it. You only own a license to it. Hence why Sony can just say, you don't get to play this game anymore, even though you bought it. You know, I do enjoy subscription services. So when I got the PS5, I was like, oh, they have these new tiers of PlayStation Plus, allowing me to have access to their games catalog. I can't wait to play all of the PlayStation exclusives that, you know, I assumed that it would have all the PlayStation 5 exclusives, given, you know, there really aren't any. But I was assuming that they had, you know, some of the PS5 exclusives because that's what Microsoft does. Every single Microsoft exclusive gets launched on Xbox Game Pass day one. I mean, you know, COD's even coming out day one on Game Pass. But, you know, when God of War Ragnarok came out and I was looking on information on if it was going to release on the PlayStation Plus subscription service, they didn't, and it still hasn't. They put games on there that, you know, they're good. It's a great starter pack for if you're just buying a PlayStation, especially for like smaller kids. There's a lot of like older games in there that, you know, they probably still want to play. But it's just not worth it. On top of that, they had the audacity to say that they're upping PlayStation Plus's price to give better features to the customers. Have you seen the games they released recently? I haven't seen a single game on there worth turning this thing on to download and like claim, I guess. It's just ridiculous. Sony has no idea what they're doing. And I really hope that they pull it together because I like PlayStation. And, you know, if PlayStation one day just ceases to exist, which I really highly doubt it will. But, you know, if we keep going in the direction we're going, we might see that. That would make me very upset. I love PlayStation, okay? It's, you know, I've loved it since I was a child. I had a PS3 first before I had an Xbox. You know, Blu-ray disc, goated. And, you know, for a long time, especially in that PS4 era, it seemed like Sony had it on lock. They listened to consumers. They understood what they wanted.
Microsoft has finally revealed some of the answers to the questions we had about Xbox One, how the DRM works, how the use game policy works.
We've also got new information about what happens if you want to lend your friend a game.
Oh, you can't.
You can't lend it, but you can give it. So, say I have a game. Oh, another thing. So, I've got a game. I want to give it to my friend Mitchie here. We're not Xbox Live friends, so we can't. You have to be Xbox Live friends for 30 days at least, and then you can give that game. So, I can now give that game to Mitch.
So, that's how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
And they gave us games that we really enjoyed. But, you know, now it seems like they just have their hands tied behind their back and they're just getting faced by, you know, corporate greed or whatever. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this. I actually was going to record a video today talking about the Apple event because, you know, that happened. And it's something I'm excited about. Excited with quotations because there's a couple issues I have with it. But that video will probably be coming out on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. This video you'll see tomorrow, Wednesday. But yeah, here's another of just like my lower edited, you know, content things that I want to kind of be pushing out more just to cover things like this because this does really deserve a really highly edited video. Really sad about the PS5 Pro. I am really hoping that the Switch 2 doesn't have the same issue, which I really don't think it will. But you know, with that, Nintendo is on a really thin tightrope, dude. Because they're either going to do another Switch and it's just going to go up, or they're going to do a Wii U and it's just going to completely flop. It's a really worry to see what Nintendo's going to do. I believe it should be announced this month, if not at least next month. But yeah, I guess we'll see about that. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for watching. And goodbye. Yo, did you know that I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from about 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. PST? Now, if that is a little bit too late for you, I understand a lot of you on the East Coast don't want to be watching my streams at 1 in the morning. You know, I upload highlights, so here's one of those.
$50.
What you got going on with this lemonade? $50? It's better here. Is he good?
Wait, where's the sugar at?
I'll go get it. You stay
How
here,
much
okay?
is the sugar?
How much is it?
$10 for some sugar?
Get him. Hey, show him $10. Yeah.